So we are back to Jays franchise. Last time we went to send up to this game against the White Sox. Jays lead 2-0 here in the ALCS. We win this one. We take a 3-0 lead, a stranglehold lead over the White Sox, and move on to, almost move on to the World Series. Pretty much guaranteed at 3-0. But right now, at a series at this point, we won 5-2 in the first game. Stroman was the winning pitcher. We went 13-4 against Rodon and the White Sox in Game 2 as Hayes took home the W. So our team is looking very good going into Game 3 with Chris Sale though coming to go and pitch for the White Sox. Chris Sale, one of the best pitchers in the MLB, whereas we have, I believe, Drew Smyly coming to the mound for us today. Drew Smyly, he's not looking good at all this season, so it's kind of a liability at this point. Hopefully Drew just holds him to a few runs. So taking a look at the starter comparison though, we do have Chris Sale, 2 starts, 1-1 record, 2.84 ERA, but over on the flip side, we do have Drew Smyly, an 0-1 record, 16.2 ERA. It's not looking good at all. Hopefully he doesn't only holds him to a few runs, so our team can take over at that point. But the White Sox overall lineup, their lineup is pretty good though. They have Eduardo Escobar, Matt Duffy, Jose Abreu, Sam Valencia, Jared Slade, Brett Lowry's still on there. So Brett Lowry, he's not released like in real life. He's still on there playing pretty well. 318 batting average, not too bad right there against his heading into a game against his former team. But Drew Smyly coming to go start for us today on the mound. 16.2 ERA, you saw it earlier. This man just hopefully plays decent in this game, so we can go and hold on to maybe even a lead if we get a lead at this point early in this game, or just try and come back, I guess. But Drew Smyly coming to the mound today, hopefully plays well against a lineup like Eduardo Escobar, leading him off today, 429 record, or a batting average so far in the postseason. But he starts off flying this one deep in right field. That's caught by, I believe, our man Yoenis Cespedes in right field for the first out of the game. So first out of the game makes it a 1 out here in the first. As we did Matt Duffy come to the plate there here, 304 batting average, pretty good there. The same thing happens to him, except it's opposite field, right in the left field, a pop-up right to, or a fly right to our man Jock Peterson there in left. Makes the catch, makes it the second out of the top of the first. But up comes Jose Abreu. Guess again, 385 batting average. These averages are insane though. As he gets started off hitting this one right in left field, this time he drops for a base hit. So first base hit of the game goes to the White Sox, and Jose Abreu coming right to first base to start off this game. So Abreu on first here to start this overall game here in the first. You have 2 outs, 1 man on first as Drew Smyly gets up his first hit of the game. So Sam Valencia coming out here with the 1 man on first, but he flies one deep, in a shallow center field territory right to our man Buxton, who makes the catch and ends off the top of the first right there with no damage against the Jays. So Drew, good for half an inning so far. As take a look at the Jays lineup, our lineup is pretty good though. You have 406 batting, Steve Castro at leadoff. You have Byron Buxton in second at 382 batting average. Donaldson 265. Will Myers 393. Insane averages here, as our team is going to go and face off against a great pitcher there in Chris Sale though. So those averages bound to go down. Chris Sale 2.84 ERA, very good pitcher. You can pitch many, he can probably pitch around 100 pitches a game if he wanted to easily against teams because he's that good. But Steve Castro coming on here, 406 batting average to start off this game. Hopefully he plays very well in this game to go and allow us to clinch that overall 3-0 lead in this series. But starts off grounding right to 0-2, the second baseman to start off this game for the first out of this game. So not good for us so far as Steve Castro grounds out. But up comes our speedy man, speedy second option here in the lineup, Byron Buxton, a center fielder. Hopefully he plays well, as Buxton in the game plays. I'm not that good with him, but at the same time, sometimes he just goes off in games. But he's going to start off patient here at the plate and allows that walk for the first walk of the game for Chris Sale. So we have a man on first here now with the 1 out as Josh Donaldson, one of the better hitters in the MLB, probably the best third baseman in the MLB right now, comes on. But take a look at this though. 1 pitch to first base, 2 pitches in a row to first base, 3 now. And this is just insane though. I don't know why this keeps happening. 4 now. After 4 straight pitches to first base, they're really wondering if Bucks is going to steal second. Now 5. And take a look, as there's now 6. So 6 straight throws to first base. They're really wondering if he maybe is going to go and steal second. But Donaldson, too early on that one, could have crushed that one out of Rogers Center. But anyway, he takes a strikeout there at the very next pitch to go and end off that out right there. So 2 outs this game so far for us, 1 man at first. Take a look at our postseason bracket. Do have the 2-0 Jays in there in the East. And man, hopefully we win this game to clinch that 3-0 lead for us. But Will Myers grounds out right to the pitcher. That's getting off the top of the bottom of the first right there for the Jays. But start off the top of the second here with a base hit right to Will Myers. He cannot get to that one. The first hit of the second inning. So second hit overall for the day for the White Sox, as now they have man on first here, 0 outs. The next map's gonna get this one right to Drew Smyly, misses that one, but Will Myers luckily picks that one up. But we do not throw to second base to get the double play, as just too slow on that one, as he hits the second. So a runner on second base here with only one out here in the top of the second. Hopefully we can hold him off here, but the next man out flies up deep in right field, right to you, and it's Cespedes for the second out. So 2 outs here. Man in scoring position here, but next man up grounds it right to Danny Murphy. Murphy steps in first, gets the out, and ends off the bottom in the top of the second right there for the Jays on defense. But luckily you have Jeremy Arias here coming on here with, I believe, 1 out in the second as he gets last one right in the right field for a base hit. So Jeremy Arias gets on here for the first hit of the day, I guess. As next man up is down the man Murphy, but a runner on first here, 2 outs. He pops out right into foul territory. That's an out, and off the second right there on offense. So top of the third here, a base hit lead off. This top of the third here for the Jays, not good for us as we're on defense. But now a runner first base here, 0 outs. As next man up hits one high in the air, deep to left field. That's warning track, and that's caught by Jock Peterson here. The second out of the inning right, or the first out of the inning right there for the White Sox. But next man up, it's in right at Drew Smyly. Nobody decides to pick it up at all. Donaldson just looking at it right there. As Drew Smyly, come on, man, hits him right in the leg, and I don't know, it's just basically a mix-up between Donaldson and Drew Smyly right there with the baseball. So, it makes the runners on second and first here with 1 out. His next man hits him right in the right field for a base hit, and that's going to hold the runner at third base. Loaded base here, with only 1 out here in this third inning. So, that's going to bring up Sam Valencia, 0 for 1 the day so far, but Sam pops out right into foul territory. An easy out right there for Jamie Arias and the crew, as now there's 2 outs in this inning for the White Sox with runners all on the bases here. Bases load here. 2 outs for Jared Slate coming on, but Jared watches a strike 3 is called on that cutter inside. That's going to end off the inning right there for Drew Smyly and the Jays. So Smyly avoids bases loaded here. So lucky. They have 5 hits. We have 1. We got to come back here if we want to do something in this game. But we have 2 leading this off here. It's right into center field for a base hit to start off this inning. So luckily Tulo, we didn't even play him last game because he sucks so bad, but this game though you actually played him, as you do have the bunt with Steve Castu, and Steve Castu makes Tulo go to second base here in scoring position here with only 1 out here in this inning. But now 2 outs as Donaldson comes on, but Donaldson, it's behind the ear, deep to left center field. Now it's going to end up being a flyout, as that one's way too short. Caught by the center fielder, and that's going to end off the inning right there for the Jays on offense. So I thought that one was out of the park, but I guess not, as Donaldson does not have enough range on that one. And that's going to end off the third here. 5 hits for them, 2 hits for us. Not too bad, I guess, but the lead off this inning here. The flyout right to Jock Peterson. Peterson kind of loses that one, goes back, makes the catch anyway. The first out of the inning right there. So 1 out here as they hit it right at Drew Smyly once again here. That pops off him. And that's going to be a base hit, infield single for the White Sox once again. And that's right off Drew Smyly once again. So, if you remember, only like a minute ago, he got hit, or almost in the same position. So, hit by the baseball 2 times today on hits. Not too good for Drew Smyly here. But next man up hits right in right center field for a base hit. And that's going to make the runners head to second and first here. With only 2 outs in this inning. So, 2 outs in this inning, 2 runners on first and second. But they hit it right to Dan Murphy. Murphy collects that one, steps in first, gets the out. Ends off the right there for the Jays. So the Jays get lucky there as they leave the White Sox leave 2 men on that inning. But if we leave off top of the 4th here, or bottom of the 4th here, they hit by Will Mars. Chris Sale bobbles that one, and that's be an infield single for Will Mars on there by Chris Sale. So Sale has an error right there, as next man up is Cespedes. Cespedes is very patient on that one and takes that walk here. Runners on first and second here with 0 outs in this inning, so you can take advantage of this one right here. But now we have 1 out here in this inning, 2 runners on second and first with, I believe, Jock Peterson on. But Peterson patient on that one as it's bases loaded once again here, or bases loaded for the first time for the Jays, as only 1 in this game, hopefully, or in this inning, hopefully take advantage of this one and actually score a run, unlike the White Sox. But next up is Daniel Murphy, a great power hitter, 0 for 1 the day so far. Hopefully controls his power and makes the one out of the ballpark. But he watches strike 3 is called on the 4-seat fastball. He should have swung. I don't know why he didn't, but anyway, 2 outs, Tulowitzki coming on here, 1 for 1 the day so far. Hopefully cashes in and gets a runner scored here. But Tulo, it's an high in the air, deep to right center field, and that one's going to be caught by the center fielder, and that's going to end off the right there for the Jays. So sadly, cannot cash in on the bases loaded opportunity, but anyway, doesn't matter. We're heading to the next inning. Heading to the top of the 5th inning here for the White Sox. They get a base hitter right here to start off the 5th for them on offense. So the 5th, hopefully, going to be fast here as a runner on first here, 0 outs. This next man up pops out right in the left center field. It's caught by Jock Peterson for the first out of the inning right there. So Peterson gets first out on defense here for the Jays. Next man up, this is right high in the air, infield territory. That's going to be caught by Will Mars, the second out of the inning right there. So 2 outs, 1 man on first base here. Hopefully, shut him down pretty quickly here as they hit this one high in the air, deep left center field. Wait, this gets caught by Peterson, and that ends off that 5th right there for the Jays on defense. So they have 8 hits, we have 3, as we're heading to the top of the 6th here. Back on the defense once again as they get a base hit right in the right center, right field for another base hit. So Come on, man, as now we have Brett Lowry, one of the better hitters on the White Sox, running off first here, 0 outs. Hopefully he doesn't do anything, as he hits one right in the left center field, right in that gap, as that one is right past Peterson. And that means that they're gonna head to third base here. Actually, gonna head home, so he turn around, head home, and we're too late on that one, as that's gonna be scored as a run. And that makes it a 1-0 game for the White Sox. Off the double, former J himself, Brett Lowry, acquired in that Donaldson deal a few years ago. But next man up, this hits a grounder right to the catcher. We make the overall play and get the out at first. So run on second base here, 1 out. The next man up hits in right center, right field for a base hit, and now the runner's gonna head home. That's gonna easily be scored as a run and makes it a 2-0 game here for the White Sox in the 6th. So it sucks. We're down 2-0 here. It's not that much of a lead to come up from, I guess. It's pretty decent to come up for. We could easily come back from this. But next man up pops out in the right field for another out. Now 2 outs, runner on first base, but next man up grounds it right to Steve Casto. Casto uses his power, guns it first, gets the out, and that's gonna end off the 6 right there for the Jays on defense. So it sucks we love the 2-0 game to be this way, but I guess we're gonna bring in Fernando Salas after Smyly let in those 2 runs last inning. But Salas, he's one of the better overall players on the Jays when it comes to pitching and relief. But first man he sees strikes out on that one. First strike of the day so far for Salas in this game. The next man up pops out right, or flies out, or actually, yeah, flies out right to left field for another out. But next man up hits him right over Steve Casto for a base hit, as if we hold a base hit, almost a double there if Peterson would have missed that one. But runner first here, 2 outs. Next man up flies out right in the right field. That's caught by Cespedes, and that's gonna be end off the inning right there for the Jays. So quick inning right there for Salas and the Jays. They have 12 hits. We have 4 heading to the bottom of the 7th. Hopefully, you can do something here, as you have Tulo and I believe Murphy coming up. But Murphy hits it right in the right field for a base hit as he finally gets on today on offense. So you have runner first base here, and we're gonna bring in, as I believe, a pinch hitter here in Doug Schroeder to go and pitch hit for Tulo. As Tulo, I don't know if I trust him too much, as Doug Schroeder has its speed. He could probably go and maybe influence Dan Murphy to second base, but he lays down the bunt, and a perfect play there executed by the White Sox gets the out at first. But that means our man Murphy hits the second base here in scoring position here, the only 1 out, as one of our better hitters in the league. Steve Castro comes on here to go and bat, but Steve hits one right in the right field. It's gonna drop there right there in right field, right past the right field line for a base hit as more. As Steve Castro hitting the second base, we easily score on that run and make it a 2-1 game here. Only a 1-run deficit here in the 7th after that double by Steve Castro. So Castro gets the RBI on that one, as a perfect play hit right there. I don't know how he allowed that one to go and land so perfectly right in the right field corner, but that means that Chris Sale, his day is over after he allows his first run of the game. And they bring in former J himself, Adam Ottavino here. We had him in the organization a few years ago. Hopefully he can go and just throw so many meatballs. But Donaldson comes on here right after that RBI single, but he's gonna fly out right to right field, so close to warning track. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's going to be an out to end off thing right there for the Jays. So you score a run, 2-1 game here in the 7th. As now heading to the top of the 8th inning here for the White Sox offense. They fly right to center field for the first out. Next out, it's going to be a fly out right to, or actually a line out right to Cespedes on that one for the second out. So line out and a fly out. But next man out is going to go and hit this one right in foul territory. You can make a play here if Dan catches that one. But Dan, slow motion, and he actually misses that play there. So an error by Daniel Murphy. Come on, man, as another pop out right there by is going to line right in right field for an out, as Cespedes catches that one and ends off the 8th right there for the White Sox in offense. But into the bottom 8th inning here, a 3-2 count for Will Myers, as Myers, he's got to get on, but he gets a base hit right down center for a base hit to start off this 8th inning right here. A crucial 8th inning if you want to go and try and execute this 3-0 lead here in this series. So Myers gets on here to start off this inning, as looks like Cespedes, it's a power hit right in the center field for a base hit. So back-to-back base hits by the Jays here, as runners on second and first here, and they're going to actually bring in a new pitcher, and Brian Matusas. So Adam Ottavino barely lasted an inning at all, as Matusas comes on here to go and pitch against Arias. But Arias is in right to left field after third base cannot field that one for a base hit, and that means bases loaded once again here with only 0 outs. So 0 outs, bases loaded here. We gotta do something here, as actually gonna bring in a new pitcher after one hit. Matusas is gone. They're gonna bring in Tommy Connolly, I guess, to go and pitch. 11.5 ERA. He drops his hat on the way to the mound, as it's not gonna be a good sign, as next man up swings and misses after Peterson stepping down after that strike goodbye Conley. So Conley gets some confidence there, strikes the first batter he sees in Peterson. The next man up is Dan Murphy. Dan this time's getting right in right field for a base, as that drops right in front of the right fielder. 1 run's easily gonna score right there to make it a 2-2 game here, all type of 2 here in the 8th inning. So he ties one up here in the 8th inning with an RBI single by Dan Murphy, and guess what? Bases loaded once again here. Only 1 out for the Jays in the 8th, as Dan Murphy perfect hit right there. You know when you see that animation, it's gonna be a base hit or a home run. As Doug Schroeder coming on here, bases loaded 1 here in this inning for the Jays. Hopefully, he can do something to go and pad this lead. But guess what? A wild pitch lands right in the dugout right there. But for some reason, Cespedes tries coming home, and now it's gonna be tagged out at home plate. It's a bad decision by Cespedes. Try running on the wild pitch, but their catcher is too sharp on that one to go and get the out after tagging Cespedes out at home plate. So wild pitch leads to an opportunity by the Jays, but we blew it as Cespedes. Come on, man! It is too slow to go and get that run. So. And out there means runners on second and first here, or third and second here, with 2 outs for Doug Schroeder. But Doug, this time's getting right down center, and that's going to be fielded by the shortstop. The shortstop guns it at first, but guess what? Doug Schroeder fast in this game. That's going to score a run and make it a 3-2 game here in this game. So great hit there by Schroeder, as the shortstop couldn't field that one at all, though. He was way too slow on that one. Doug Schroeder's too fast. 3-2 game. As next man up is Steve Castro. But Castro, this time a wild pitch once again, but guess what? We're actually slip fast in this one as Dan Murphy runs home, slides across the plate, and scores a run to make it a 4-2 game here in the 8th. So 3 runs scored here in the 8th. Hopefully clinches this third win here in this series, as Conley wild pitches all over the plate, and confidence is nowhere even near where it should be. And now it's a 4-2 game here, heading into the top of the 9th inning here. Osuna Matata coming on here. Hopefully it's Osuna Matata has to go and shut down this game. But first man up here in the 9th, it just grounds it right to Will Myers for the first out of the 9th. Next batter here in the 9th inning, 1 out here in this inning, but he blasts one right left center field for a base hit, drops right in the gap for a base hit and more. So he easily hits the second base here for a double to go and start off his at bat here in the 9th. So a runner at second base here with 1 out here. Hopefully he can do something here. But Osuna allows a base hit right down center. He easily scores that one at 4-3 game here, a 1-run game here. So Osuna better not mess up anymore. It's a 1-run game here in the 9th, 4-3 game. A runner first base, 1 out with Sam Valencia 0 for the day coming on. But Sam is gonna go and grind it right to Steve Castro for 6-3 double play, as that ends off the game and clinches that 3rd win here in the series in the ALCS for the Jays. So a 3-0 series here in the ALCS at that clinching domination by the Jays in the 8th inning to go and win this game. So perfect game of the Jays, though. We came back in the 8th down 2-1, as perfect overall inning by the team, though. Our offense finally exploded here in this game exactly how we wanted. But guess what? Drew Smyly did not mess up as much as I thought he would. I thought for sure he'd allow in like 6 runs, but I guess not. He was pretty good, though. He's decent in this game. Only allowed 2 runs in this game. Not too shabby for a pitcher with like a 11 ERA in this game. So anyway, I guess let's start off here. Our top hitter of the day was Will Myers, 4 for 3 in the day, 1 run, and Fernando Celis gets a dub here. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, and 1 strikeout overall for him in this game. But guess what? Will Myers, player of the game. Obviously, he's one of the better overall hitters in the MLB, and I guess what? I actually think he's actually #1 for postseason MVP for the Jays here in this season. So hopefully he'll plays well heading into this next overall game to go and clinch a win to go move on to the World Series the first time in years. So I guess let's start off here. Make sure to look for Blue Jays French. The Clutch. We'll see you in the next one.